Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Tactical Solutions, and in this video I wanted to talk about 3 reasons on why I think beginners should not buy the dip with current market conditions. One of the first things that I want to remind you is that this video is 100% my opinion, but after hearing feedback from a lot of our viewers and a lot of our members within our community and watching other YouTubers in which that they encourage everyone to buy the dip, I think it's very narrow-minded when it comes down to the idea that if you think buying the dip is the best approach, especially when overall market conditions are not getting any better, I just do not know what to tell you, right? There's no question that opportunity is among us, right? There is no question about that. I'm not trying to diminish that, but to encourage absolute beginners to buy the dip when nothing is showing signs of a reversal, the conditions, overall market conditions, and the coronavirus not becoming or recovering in any way. It just seems, again, very narrow-minded that you would encourage someone that has no track record, has no experience, and has no knowledge and understanding of what is going on. So that when they put in $1,000 into the market to invest and things begin to go south, yes, I do agree that, long-term and the longevity of an investment, it's just a matter of time for it to, it's bound to recover in the number of years, right? But when someone is going in and they're going in with $1,000 and that's all they have to their name, and they see it drop 20%, 30%, week after week, it's only a matter of time because they're so uninformed that they will simply cut losses. So in this video, I wanted to share 3 reasons on why I do not think for beginners that you should buy the dip. One of the first tips that I would have for a beginner is I don't believe a beginner is informed enough or has a strong enough stomach to sustain and hold an open position that continues to lose value as overall market condition and press continues to get worse. So as they continue to hear how worse and how bad everything is getting, it's only a matter of time for them to cut losses. So they don't get to benefit from that overall reversal. So instead of trying to enter a hopeful position, trying to buy the dip because a good deal, right, is among us, it's kind of like when you take a trade. Just because something is oversold does not make it a good buy. Just because something is a good deal does not make it a good buy. It could continue to sell off. So one of the questions that I want to ask you is, if you are a beginner, there's nothing wrong with that. But one of the questions that I do want to ask you is, are you informed enough to enter an open investment position and understand that, it doesn't even have to be at the end of 2020 that this has to recover. Things are not getting any better for coronavirus. I'm not saying that it's going to take that long. All I'm reminding you is that it does take time, especially with current market conditions and how bad things are looking, for us to make a full recovery. So do you understand what it is that you are investing into enough that you will hold and actually benefit from the overall reversal? Or does it make more sense to simply wait and actually allow an opportunity to present itself? So the second tip that I want to talk about is, there's no question that the coronavirus continues to spread. Market conditions overall is getting worse and worse. And due to the precaution and the steps that the United States are taking and how the market reacts, the market is continuing to sell off. So instead of entering a hopeful position and hoping that over a matter of time it begins to recover, again, I do agree that it is only a matter of time for overall market conditions based off of previous patterns for it to recover. But instead of entering a hopeful position, do you think, right, that's an option. Here's another option. Do you think that it would make more sense that when there's so much negative news towards overall market conditions, that you take this time to inform yourself and you take this time to build a watch list, to collect 5, 10, 15, whatever it is, stocks, companies that you would consider investing in, and then you can make a much more informed investment decision or trade decision because you're actually allowing the opportunity to present itself instead of just entering a hopeful position, hoping that it increases in price. If it doesn't, then you're most likely going to end up cutting losses. So again, I think it's much easier said than done, but if you keep things simple and when things are not looking like they're getting any better, take this time to inform yourself, build a watch list of stocks that make sense to you. They don't have to make sense to me. They don't have to make sense to anyone else, but as long as they meet your investment criteria, again, you build this nice little watch list, you add your alerts and you follow up with it, and you can choose to invest in it when it makes sense to you and only you. The third thing that I want to talk about is the coronavirus. Like we've said, is not getting any better. One of the things that I think that would be in our overall best interest is for you to understand the root of the cause of what is causing the market to sell off. There is no question that the coronavirus is one of the main reasons that the market is selling off. So instead of, again, entering a hopeful position and hoping that things begin to get better, actually inform yourself, stay up to date with overall news and what is going on in us and the steps that we are taking to protect ourselves from the coronavirus and how we can contain it to there actually begin to recover. So instead of hoping for a recovery, to be patient, to challenge yourself and your patience, to stay disciplined enough to stay up to date. It requires time, it requires work, but to stay up to date with overall market conditions and how things are performing. So when there's actually some form of reason that we actually begin to recover, and there's some form of either cure, vaccine, or overall containment from this virus, that it actually makes sense on why you choose to take advantage of these overall investments. Again, 3 very simple steps in which I think that we can all take. I'm a big believer in keeping it super simple. So instead of entering a position and hoping that it just reverses, why not take time to inform yourself, collect your thoughts, build a watch list, set your alerts, and then once we actually get indication of an overall reversal, then you can revisit the idea of entering those trades or investments when it makes sense to you and only you. Make sure to drop a like if you agree. So again, this video is meant for beginners. I just want to make sure that I do my part in reminding you guys that you guys have so many options out there and that sometimes one of the best trades that you can take or one of the best investments that you can take is not taking one at all, especially when the direction is not super clear. I would love to stay connected with you guys. We do run the largest YouTube channel and the largest private Facebook group for those who invest in the stock market. That's going to be that first link down below. And of course, we'd love to have you join our team. Also, if you guys would like to learn a little bit more about how I day trade in the stock market, we do run one of the largest online trading communities. I do trade live every single day. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about that and would like to work with me on a closer basis, that's going to be that second link down below. Don't forget to smash that like button. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.